Thank you very much, Rico. And thank you very much, Mike. Parang when I was listening to that song, parang it's a song that I want to sing to Emman. And, but Emman's gone and she's with Jesus right now, and that gives me peace. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. The family's been going through very tough few days since Emman died. And you give us comfort, our family and our friends. Maraming salamat. But tonight is a night of thanksgiving. Tonight is a night that I thank the Lord for what a beautiful life that He gave me. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful wife, Feli. I have a beautiful 2 kids. Jose finished college in Boston and he now works and has a beautiful life in Boston. He's home now. My beautiful Eliana. Eliana's a senior in UPenn and she has a sem to go, and she's my fighter in the family. I'm so proud of you, Eliana. And it's a night of thanksgiving for the 19 beautiful years that He gave Emman to us. Emman was such a beautiful, kind person. She was so generous. Alam nyo, Emman was so generous to a fault. She had no value for money. She would ask money from Mama, ask money from Papa, ask money from Lolo to give away. To give away. One time, it was Christmas, and Lolo, my dad, was very generous to all the apos. He gave each apo a sizable amount for them to save or for the parents to use for their education. It was quite sizable. And Emman, it was given to Emman. And then, a few days after Christmas, I talked to Emman, and Emman was so proud. Emman told me, Papa, I gave 30,000 pesos to the driver. I gave 20,000 pesos to Alicia. I gave 10,000 pesos to our gardener. And they were crying, tears of joy. I said, Emman, they cry because they've never received anything that big in their life. But I want to tell you that I'm not going to tell your mom because your mom will get very pissed. But I want to say that I am so proud of you. That's my Emman. She's so generous to a fault. Another kwento. The night before she was going to leave for LA, I bonded with her. I went with her to her climbing gym. And then I said, Emman, your eyeglasses are a bit twisted already. I want to buy you a new pair. Okay, Papa. But I want to go with you climbing and maybe bond with your friends. So we went to the optical shop across the climbing gym, Hive Gym, and I bought her a pair of glasses. She chose a nice pair, and I spent something like 15,000 pesos on the pair. She was so thankful. While I was having lens installed, it takes about 30 minutes. Emman said, Papa, I want to treat my friends in the gym pizza. I said, okay. So she went to Domino's Pizza. While I was waiting for the lens, she ordered pizza, she picked me up, and then we went to pay for the pizza, Domino's Pizza. I was expecting to pay like 3,500 pesos. The bill was 28,000 pesos. Emman bought something like 20 pizzas for all her friends in the gym, about 100 of them. That's my Emman. So generous. She would ask for GCash from Mama, GCash from Papa, so she can treat her friends. She'd borrow the car for hours so she can take 10 of her friends home and pick them up. Because she was so generous. And I'm so proud of my Emman. But you know, when Emman went, I was asking the Lord, Lord, why? My prayer every single night was for Emman to be safe, for Emman to heal, for Emman to be protected. And then Emman passed away. You know, the more I get messages from friends and the more I get letters from people I don't know. That day when I was really downcast and I was really sad and depressed and I was asking the Lord to give me a sign, I got this letter from an Indonesian student. And let me read. Hi, Mr. Atienza. It's Kahaya. I'm a student from Jakarta. I'd like to express my profound condolences for the loss of Emman. She was one of the brightest people I knew, and she was extremely inspirational. Ever since we met, we would be very open with each other about mental health. Even up to this year, I myself struggle with my own battles. And on the same day that she passed, I also attempted. I don't know why I am the one who's still here, and I'm endlessly sorry for that. But I hope it brings you some kind of solace that I will continue to live in honor of your daughter and will do everything in my power to keep it that way. That's one student that she touched. But based on what I see, she's touched so many lives, so many of her followers in social media. And the message is very clear. Be a little kind every day. Just a little kindness every single day. My Emman is gone. This is the lowest point in my life. But I have hope. Because if I'm kind today, just a little kind, then Emman is alive in my heart. Thank you very much for being here. Maraming salamat. Emman, I love you. Say hello to Jesus for me. You're so cute. Emanski, my little Emanski. I call her Emanski.
Thank you for being here tonight. So, Emman. She is my mini-me. But yeah, she had some similarities to her dad. Just some. So they both have the gift of yakking. So at the dinner table, it was always yak, 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 yak between the two of them. And they did as well have the flair for the drama. So they were great singers, great actors, great dancers. But with Mom, we did share very similar features, facial features. And we did also have a perception of, long legs. But we also had the duck waddle, which we shared in common. But Emman was very intelligent. In fact, she's a better version of me. She's the version 2. When she was in elementary school, the principal then said, "The best Atienza is yet to come." Sorry, Jose. Sorry, Eliana. When she went to boarding school, grade 11, just for one semester, her English teacher wrote in her transcript that Emman was one of the most outstanding students I have ever had. Emman was very, very intelligent, and she had very high EQ as well. But the most outstanding feature and characteristic of Emman was her authenticity. Emman shared stories openly. She shared her pain. She shared her struggles. But she also shared her joy. And that resonated deeply with many people. She always had space for others, even in her darkest moments. And I think the thunderous outpouring of love for Emman is testament to that. Now, in her absence, there is silence. But Emman, I still hear you. I hear your boisterous laughter. I hear your yakking. I hear your singing. I still see you. I see you walking by in your sassy streetwear. She loved cartwheeling in the house. And she loved dancing as well in the house. And I smell her perfume all the time. She had a favorite perfume, Jo Malone. And she says, don't ever tell anyone which Jo Malone it was. But Emma and I'm wearing her Jo Malone. In fact, I snitched it from her bedroom, and it's now mine. And I'm wearing it tonight. As a pastor once said, in his garden of grace, even the broken trees bear fruit. Emman, know that your spirit lives on in the people that you have touched. And in my life, I know that you will guide me in my choices and in my voice. Emma, the moment I found out that we lost you, it was the deepest, deepest pain I ever felt in life. And while I haven't gained an angel, know that I will carry your torch here on earth. Emman, 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 you are my sunshine. You are my love. You are my everything. And one day we will be together again. I love you.